Hello, this is Ben and Eli, and we're going to demo some Kethane landing stuff that we've made on Kerbal Space Program. We're going to put a Kethane mining probe on the moon. Hold on a second while I load the... I don't actually want to go.
I want to see if they actually have that little ship crashed on the moon somewhere. You'd think somebody would have found it by now and put it on the internet.
That's true. I would actually like to find it. I wonder if we could find some celestial navigation. We could probably do some navigation to find it. If you look at the save file,
get the scanning mod so you can scan the surface and figure out any anomalies.
That's true. Well, maybe you could. But see, what I'm guessing is that if you were to look at the moon, the camera frame from that picture, you might be able to figure out where it is on the moon.
So you want to look at the topography of the picture and relate it to the topography of the map after scanning.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that'd be a little different.
So here is the probe that we're about to put on the moon. This thing has the capability to get to a planet, scan the planet, drill on the planet, and convert. All at the same time. It has enough solar panels. So I'm going to launch this right now. Also, we're using the mods that we were using are MechJeb and the Kethane mod. No mods to parts yet. We might have to do that.
We
on
do have
our
the Deep
Eve
Space
landing.
Probe pack, and that is just larger ion engines that produce 5 kilonewtons force, but they use a lot more energy. So none of the parts we're using are considered OP.
Yeah, well, we're not actually using any of those parts, so that's...
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yes.
So, I'm actually going to do a non...
Ben, you forgot to throttle up.
I forgot to throttle up a lot. I'm actually going to do a... Wow, that was impressively large amounts of solar panels all over the place. Okay, so I'm going to do a non-MechJeb launch because...
Look at the solid fuel booster over there.
Trollololo. I'm going to do a non-MechJeb launch because I find that MechJeb has some
various issues with keeping you on course.
Yes.
All right, remember, Ben, throttle up. Handbrake off. Make sure the handbrake is off, Ben.
The only rocket with a clutch. Do you remember DuckTales, I think it was?
No. I don't know.
It was DuckTales.
The rocket had a clutch?
It may have actually been the other one with the ducks. Not DuckTale. Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah.
So
that's the one where he dove into his money.
Yes.
I remember that. And then they had that movie where they found this genie and he had all the wishes and the bad guy got it and then they had a floating castle.
I'm using actually a tip from MechJeb where you run the thing at super high heat and it actually makes the heat dissipation more efficient, which actually happens in real life as well.
Well, another reason why it's more efficient to run your engines at a higher impulse is there's an efficiency curve to how much force you're using and how much force you're using to counteract the atmosphere. In atmosphere, it's inefficient to go over 200 meters per second when you're below a certain thickness. But,
that is true.
But at the same time, if you go too slow, your impulse will be so small that you won't be gaining any velocity. Therefore, you'll be wasting fuel.
Yes,
and the higher velocity that you burn, the better.
Yes, when I was looking at, we were looking at Eve a little bit ago, stage 1 separation.
That's interesting. You didn't have all the solid fuel boosters on at once?
No, I didn't. I'm actually need these to get higher altitudes. I'll talk about them in 1 second. So, I was doing some research about Eve, and there's somebody actually did the math and figured out that it is actually most efficient to run at your terminal velocity. So if you were to take a Kerbin and throw him into Eve's atmosphere and map his terminal velocity as he's falling, that would actually be the same velocity that you should use traveling back up. There are some small issues with that, but yes, fairly close to that.
That's very interesting because that's the limiting speed before it becomes inefficient because you can't fall faster than you can fall. So therefore you can't go up faster than you can go up fast.
For the reason why I launched these guys in different orbits, I'm going to drop my things and start burning for space, which I need to take T off to make that actually work. I'm going to go over to about
and
10 degrees.
Gravity turn, as they call it.
Yeah, start the gravity turn. Now, the reason why I launched those solid fuel boosters in separate runs is because with three fuel tanks on top of a mainsail, the delta, the actual thrust is actually really terrible, and you actually don't have the ability to get much higher. I'm over 40 apoapsis. I'm going to start my gravity burn at down to 45 degrees. Gravity turned to gravity for 45 degrees.
Right, when you have 3 orange tanks on one main sail, your acceleration is minimal.
Yes, and I have such a heavy ship here that I needed to actually add some extra thrust, and I needed the thrust very high until I had basically drained this fuel tank, and so then it would.
Well, quite honestly, Ben, this is not the most efficient rocket because you're keeping a lot of extra mass, even though you don't need it. Like those top 2 orange tanks are going to be 8 times 3, which is 26 extra mass you'll be carrying for no particular reason.
And I kind of busted that a little bit. But that's all right. We're just going to
just have it flip all the way around.
Yep, and we're gonna cheat. Oh, you know what? These have Sepratron, so we're gonna be okay. Except I think I just lost my. Oh, that was really actually sweet. But you know what? I forgot that I probably should be thrusting when I do that. Okay.
This is very clever, Ben.
Yes.
On the fly maintenance.
It's okay. The apoapsis is 100. And
look at that! I didn't actually know that MechJeb told you on the left side.
Oh yeah, it does a beautiful job of doing that sort of thing. So, after we've done a perfect 3-point landing, we should get a T's on and R's on. I should have let you fly this, Eli. You're a much better pilot, and whereas I'm a much
I should have designed the rocket at the same time.
Yes, that's true.
I probably could have gotten the same amount of mass up into low carbon orbit with about half the fuel, but.
No.
I love your rockets because they're very awesome.
Okay, so thank you, Eli.
You're welcome.
So,
sandwich that compliment.
Yeah.
This is kind of the boring part of the video anyway.
Yeah, it's okay. This is fun for talking. I'm going to do a node here. I'm going to use the Smart Assistant, which I think is what that's abbreviated to, and point it at the node.
It's not abbreviated, Ben. That's what it's called. It's called the ass.
The smart ass. That's true. Very true. So, I'm letting MechJeb control the direction as the steering angle is very. By the way, Eli, I will point out that the steering angle is displayed on the smart ass.
Oh, yes.
And it is incredibly helpful to see that, and we will get into that more in our launch as we continue today.
Do you think Scott Manley's going to watch this video?
Probably. That would be
huge, very nostalgic.
That would be not nostalgic. A huge honor is probably more about.
He always fascinates me. Everything he does is pretty much like, dang, especially the video where he displayed the gravity problems or the fuel slosh in his video where he had 2 orange tanks and he moved the centroid by sluicing or sloshing the fuel.
I did not see that one.
That was very, very clever, and I was just surprised that he was even able to.
MechJeb just blew off his covers. 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't really need to do that, but fine. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. If you'll notice, I have a really, really terrible, paraphis is 3. I think I did not burn at the node, so it did it wrong. But that's right. So
you just go to the next apparatus
and
circularize your orbit.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. So, I'm going to put a node.
Don't even put a node, bro. Don't even do it. You can do it without even getting the node.
That's true. However,
you can just get there and then.
I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a node. Oh,
dude,
that was wrong.
Wrong one.
Okay. So I'm adding a maneuver. The reason is then I can have this thing point at the node and.
So you just make it a little easier for me.
Yeah, I don't want to have to.
Even though it's already just going to be on your prograde.
Yeah. Because it's such a pain in the ass to get this thing to actually rotate because it's so heavy. So. And if we do the node, the other thing we can do is once the steering angle is significantly down, I can go to orbital operations, which is missing apparently.
It's behind that one.
Underneath something. Maybe that one's broken. You know what? Maybe it may be off the screen because I was using a larger screen. Well, that is going to be. I wonder if my landing is there. Oh, my landing's there. That's good. Because if landing wasn't there, this was going to be
a terrible video.
See how?
There it is.
That's ascent.
All right.
Orbital operations is way off the screen. Okay. Anyway, time is 10 minutes. We're going to warp ahead.
You should show them the warping feature, bro. Oh, wait, that's under orbital operations, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Which is what I was going to do. But.
Bam. Oh, you went by it.
That's okay.
Don't worry. You've got plenty of thrust.
And
you'll be able to circularize.
And it's circularized.
Close enough.
Now, for the fun part. Eli, I'm going to switch seats with you because you get to do the node and orbital controls to get this thing onto the moon.
Excellent. So we were going to burn the moon.
I would like to do landing when
Yes, you want to get to there. And
I would like to
find the
do.
moon here.
Yes, I would like to do landing because I know slightly more about the landing mech jeb than you do.
Yeah,
since I've been
that stuff
playing
is
around with it.
a little bit confusing for me.
Yeah, and
Plus, like
it's
you've
mostly
already got-
magic.
I've only ever seen my map of Kethane that I've been able to map.
It's
Yours is
true.
probably a little more thorough than
Yours is
mine.
actually
do you?
is actually mapped.
I want to look at your map for Kerbin. If you have
Yes,
a map this way, right?
right click.
Oop, go away, my Jeb. Show map. Look at that. That's. It looks like a little smiley face. Oh, look, a clown face. No, it's a snowman.
Now,
Cool.
actually, what I noticed on this map
Yeah.
is
2 eyes,
if you
carrot
look,
nose.
if you map the ground to the reason why there are giant holes in the map that have no Kethane is because there are oceans there.
But I think when they actually get mining for real in the 0.19, they're going to involve the ocean somehow. Like
That would be sweet.
Like you can the Eve's ocean. I remember they were talking about this, how it's going to be a particular there's a resource chart or whatever. Anyway, let's
Set your nodes
Yeah,
up,
we
but
don't
then
need
continue that thought.
We just fast forward. We don't even need nodes.
Don't even need nodes. You're just
Don't
gonna,
even need nodes.
you're gonna just
Because
fly
we're-
by the seat of your pants.
See the advance because
Okay.
actually,
Remember
let's get
that
this map out of
spaceship
here.
is
Very large. How much fuel do we have? That one's empty. That one has 3/4. Oh, we'll get there, no problem. We gotta turn the map off though, because that's
right click on there.
there it is. Hide that damn ass map.
The
And
reason why
going stock here, bros.
The reason why, 1 second, I will point out that you should watch out for this spaceship because it turns like a drunken hippopotamus.
Because hippopotamus do enjoy their beer out here.
Yes.
Hot dang, this is gonna take 5 years to. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do
Turn on R.
physics. Oh, no, just kidding.
Do not.
No,
Do
do
not.
not show that.
What?
No, we're just gonna
Why
work.
physics?
No, because we can turn
Oh.
much faster.
I did not realize
You
that you
can.
could
Okay,
do.
this is a very clever trick I learned. Crap, we're probably gonna miss the moonrise. Piss.
Hit R. Hit R.
What? Okay, no.
Hit R.
Okay, why?
You have plenty of
I don't need to
RCS.
use it. Check this out. Already? Okay, so you hold Alt, and then you can do the little caret arrow to the left or the right, and that will actually.
Try to increase the physics warp, not the time warp. Okay.
Okay. Let's check our moonrise then. The moon. Where the heck is the moon? Crap. We missed it. Well, whatever. We can still make it though. In fact, we shall. So, let's start
Hit
burning
R.
right here.
Okay.
And
See the pants flying?
in the wind, in the solar winds, as it were. All right. And we're gonna watch our orbit be captured. And we'll open this little tab up here, and this is going to be increasing at an accelerating rate because as you get farther and farther away, it requires less energy to move to a higher orbit.
It is very true.
So that's why this thing seems to accelerate away from the planet.
I
Okay,
believe
so slow
you
it down.
are ahead of the moon.
Indeed, though. I'll probably go a little bit beyond it and fall back down to it.
I will also...
Bam! See how perfect that was?
That was actually really good.
Not even trying to. Even messed up, but I still did it perfect. No.
I will point out that the mouse does not show up on our video, so gesturing with the mouse will be lost on our audience.
Ooh, that's.
I will apologize for that. I haven't figured out how
I'll
to
just
do
point at the screen.
that. Yes, that will work. Don't touch my monitor.
It's just a crystal LED, bro.
Yes.
Anyways, this is fantastic. Also, sometimes orbiting with the moon can be very efficient, and when you're trying to get to Minimus, it's kind of cheating the game a little bit. Not cheating the game, but cheating using your fuel.
Now, use R so that you can actually get this drunken hippopotamus to turn.
Right. I'm just gonna,
Because, actually, orbital stuff is missing.
Oh, you actually have...
yes, of course I...
That's why it's able to move so quickly. Why is it rotating, bro?
Because there's 3 RCS thrusters on it, because this is a tertiary... I made everything on the ship...
We're gonna cheat. Right when we get close to it, we're gonna... Time warp.
Time warp.
Don't tell anybody about that trick. Scott Manley would be very, very disappointed in us. Anyway, let's look at our apparatuses here. Oh, what the heck just happened?
You hit M twice.
Did I? Okay. Well, your keyboard's very sensitive. We're gonna get right to the apparatuses. We're gonna burn. I'm guessing.
Do a node?
Yeah, no reason to.
Nope.
All we need to do is burn at retrograde, and that will be the exact position.
Hit this, please.
Yep.
Jeb.
They can't see your fingers.
I know. Hit Mech Jeb. Hit Translatron.
Translatron.
At the top.
Bam, right there.
And hit... Oh, shit.
Not that.
Close that. Smartass.
Smartass right there.
Prograde.
And retrograde.
Retrograde. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And it will automatically sync you
Let's get
straight
there.
to
We got
retrograde.
32 seconds then.
Open this. Open Mech Jeb. Open Mech Jeb. Go to orbital operations. And it will tell you prograde time to Apoapsis in 22 seconds.
And we're going to get Captain
Burning
Meteor, Apoapsis,
boost.
bam, look at that.
And Paraphysis.
Apoapsis coming down.
Coming down.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
We'll go down to at least 100. Well, 100, yeah, so.
Okay, we'll go.
Well, it's now 80, because that, yeah.
Yo, low.
Sweet. So, now.
All right, let's try to land. We can land right now.
Well,
right,
yes, we could, but we don't know where to land yet.
Yes. So this is where you come in, and it's very important.
Shall we switch seats? Okay. Now, what the audience does not know is that about a week ago,
3 days ago.
About 3 days ago, I put a probe which is missing. No, this Kethane miner. I had him in a polar orbit.
Which means going around what then?
Which means sweeping over the poles.
And so it's not an equatorial orbit. That means if you're looking at the planet as on the equator, the probe will be going directly towards the North Pole and directly toward the South Pole.
And I left him orbiting at 10x warp all night. And as you can see, the map that it generated was pretty inclusive.
It kind of looks like Spot.
Now,
if I had a dog, I would map his spots to look like this.
Okay.
That's how much I love Kerbal.
Now, I have an idea. What would you say to landing directly onto really close to the other probe? How would that
be? To the other probe?
Yes.
That would be a fantastic feat, although it would be nothing particularly special because we're using MechJet. What would be more interesting, I believe, would be to land on a mountain or upside down.
As long as you're going to blow stuff up. Now, the point of this mission is to mine some Kethane.
And show the converting process. And the ratios to Kethane miners to converters.
So, would you like me to just land on a random place, or... Okay, it's in the dark, so never mind. It's not a good place to land. Anyway...
Okay, let's pick a place.
Here we go. Well, not yet. Not yet. What we're going to do is... Here's how to do this. Here's how you do it. So, you go to landing autopilot. You go land at target. Sure. Sorry. When you hit land at target, it actually starts to land. When you go... So, what I want to do is select the target on the map. Now, I want to be someplace in the sun. So I'm looking over here, and the degrees north is the height up. And so I really want to do is look at my longitude and see that my longitude, that the brightness, the light side of the moon starts about 80 degrees east and goes to about negative 125 east. And everything in between is light. So now, if I then go back to my map and load the Kethane map and see that
press M so you can...
Yes, true. I'll go back to M. So at where am I? Negative 37. So roughly. So sneak. Select target on map. It will give me the thing back.
So we got negative. We'll give it.
And so it's negative here. So it's really light from about here on the... Well, they can actually see the map. But anyway, it's light. They can see the map, but they can't see what we're just...
All right, so
it is from the first third of the map to the last... The first sixth of the map to the last...
Well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, the point is,
this is how you tell where to land.
The center of the map, all these nice, juicy bubbles in the very center of the map are actually in the dark of the moon, because the dark is actually in the center of this image. So we need to pick some of the ones on the edges. They can sort of see where I'm gesturing because I'm pointing at the moon. I'm going to put this over the moon, and then you'll be able to see. I'm going to with the 4 out of this. I'm going to use that as my pointer. So I'm going to pick this this guy right here. I'm going to actually adjust it now, which is by my readings 40 degrees north, negative 1. Okay, no, I'm actually working really hard. Sorry.
Our numbers, Ben. It's 2 degrees north, 120 degrees.
Yes. So now let's just make sure that this is true. Now I want to go back to select on map. 2 degrees north.
Close my chat. If you get a little...
That'll be true. So, come back. 2 degrees north, right? Negative 140, right?
Right.
So it's actually right in that crater, which is a beautiful place.
One more time. Go to the map again so we can...
So the map is negative 19 by 140. So negative 19.
So it's a little lower.
It's actually down there. But that's right.
It's quite low.
Okay, so now up in our landing thing, I'm going to type in negative 19 by
negative 140.
Negative 140. I'm going to check to make sure this is actually good again. Negative 19, 140 is going to be a beautiful place.
It's actually positive for you, isn't it?
No. Oh, it is positive. See, now if we did that wrong, that would not work. Okay, now
so explain. We should talk about decimal degrees and degrees minutes seconds.
Sure. So I'm going to go to degrees minutes seconds, and you can explain that.
Okay. So degrees minutes second is used by surveyors on Earth, but apparently they can do it on the moon. I would imagine they have some sort of map and degrees minutes seconds set up on the moon, so they can directly map out certain areas like the Sea of Tranquility, where the first Apollo mission, Apollo 11, landed. So the conversion is simply 60 seconds in a minute and 60 minutes in an hour. So therefore, degrees minutes seconds is measured in 60ths. And when you convert back and forth, there's a conversion factor. But since the map on the mining field is only in decimal degrees, you have to enter it in decimal degrees. If you try to enter it in degrees minutes seconds, it will work, but it won't work for decimal places.
So I have just told this thing to land at target while he was explaining that, and have been fighting with MechJeb. Oh, come on, give it back. I'll hide the map so I have more screen space. And it is. I was fighting with the warp because I was trying to unwarp it, but it wouldn't let me. So I've just allowed it to use RCS so it will turn faster and less like it's drunken water horse.
Hip hop! Hip hop!
Yes.
Hippopotamus!
Yes. The Latin name for water horse, for hippopotamus, is actually translated directly to water horse, which is actually interesting.
I thought it was translated into MechJeb.
No, that is different. That is the KSP native language. Okay, now I'm going to go back to the map, and you will see that I was gesturing, wasn't it over here? I don't know what it's doing. Oh, negative 19 by 140. Okay, so that's in a different place than I was looking at. But as you can see, it has picked its landing spot, and I'm going to use a little trick that I learned. I don't know what it's doing. Executing the course correction. As you can see, it's getting very close to the target, but I learned a trick a little while ago in my landing. I'm going to zoom in, which is too far, close my jib, and right about here, I'm adding a maneuver node. Now, I'm not actually going to do a maneuver there, but it tells me that in 18.40 seconds, I'm going
40 seconds, that's less than a second, Ben.
Yes, that is very true, Eli. It will tell me when I will be landing. Now, open up MechJeb, go to vessel information. The vessel information tells me that I have 400 meters per second, actually I'm in vacuum, 530 meters per second delta V from this second stage here, from these rockets. Now, I have a second rocket and fuel tank in this section up here, which is completely full, and I remember from previous missions that it has a delta V of about 600 meters per second. Now, actually, we're going to do some interesting screenplay. While this is loading, I'm going to load a picture, that is not actually what I wanted to do, of YouTube. And this, when I get it properly aligned, is a picture of the delta V charts of the Kerbal atmosphere, which is actually a really handy chart.
Not just the Kerbal atmosphere.
Sure, Kerbal
universe, solar system.
The Kerbal solar system. The Kerbal system, because it's not Sol, it is Kerbal. So, over here, you will see that the moon, from a low moon orbit of 50 kilometers, which is about where we are, to the surface of the moon is about 0.64 kilometers per second, which my landing vehicle has about 0.64 kilometers per second. So, what that means is we need to use a large chunk of this rocket's stage to do some of the descent burning. Otherwise, it will be unhappy, which is actually going against the manual of what MechJeb says. MechJeb says you must jettison your stages on the way down the burn because, I'm going to pause a second, because it will get very grumpy and won't know how to calculate, but we're just going to let it figure it out itself. Okay. It says here, landing step, it is on course to land. My mouse is over here. In the landing autopilot, it says that it is safe to warp. And I will point out that if I warp up to 3, you can't see what's going on because it's not there. So the warp is 10x right now. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go up a one more. It will actually auto-warp itself
Whoa. Ben, this might have been a big failure.
That was a big failure.
We didn't click save. I'm done.
Do you want me to restart?
From the beginning. Oh, by the way, I'm at work I gotta do tonight, so.
Okay.
Well, we can just load up that half video.
So, we're back. I redid my calculations while Eli was gone, and found out that that spaceship did not have enough delta V to actually land on the planet, so I modified it a little bit. I added a couple of small fuel tanks on the outside here to give the upper stage of the lander a better delta V, more delta V. However, in the process of doing that, and probably inefficiency taking off, I don't have any fuel in my main orange rockets. Now, so this is going to be a very interesting burn. What I've set up is a small node here with 60 meters per second delta V that is going to bring me from a low pass, 20 kilometers per aphesis, to an actual capture. So this will be very interesting to see how this actually works. And then what we're going to do is do a mech jeb landing. I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of math to actually change the mech jeb. I've noticed is inefficient when you're coming out of a highly elliptical orbit like this, and I will have to probably tell it to land where it is not, where I don't actually want it to, so that it can recalculate. It always lands about.
Here's something to consider, Ben.
Yes.
When you are trying to land, you should. There we go. You should be burning and taking advantage of the effect that Scott Manley was talking about earlier. What is it called again? The Bernoulli? Nope. What's that effect called, Ben?
Which effect?
The one where you burn exactly at the periaps and aparaps, and it increases the efficiency of the burn.
Oh yeah. It starts with a B, I think. I don't remember actually.
But crap. Well, we don't sound like we're good astronauts right now if we don't know that one effect, because that's like really important in like the entirety that is rocket science.
That's okay.
I didn't write it down somewhere. Bose effect?
Oh,
like that?
yeah, Bose effect. But you know what? I've just run out of fuel, so I'm going to jettison my stage, and we're burning. I'm going to use some of the small amounts of this fuel to get into capture. Check my orbital view and capture. We're going to capture it. I'm going to kill this node, because if I don't and then I land, I can't kill the node. It for some reason sits there. Now, if you'll notice, this ship right here, sitting on the moon, was actually landed on a Kethane mine, and so that's actually our target. And I'm going to tell this thing to land. Now, this is the same coordinates that we had for the last time, but it's landing too far east. So I'm going to actually tell it to land. Oops, that's where I want it to land. And I'm just going to tell it to land at target. And, oops, Godspeed to assault, basically. Extend the landing gear for fun. And
to maximize fun, extend landing gear.
Yes.
That's quite funny.
Yes, it is.
So we'll be landing on the dark side of the planet. It makes landing a little more interesting. Do we have lights on this vessel, Ben?
No, I forgot lights.
Ooh, well, it's a good thing mech jeb is knowing what it's doing.
Yes, and it saves on fuel.
And it saves on postage.
It saves on postage, yes. Especially since we have a lot of postage on this tiny little guy. We're now in the deorbit burn section of the thing. It has taken that giant orbit that we had down to nothing. Right about now is when I need to jettison these tanks.
Oh, you actually... Ooh, that's very clever, Ben.
What?
Good efficiency. I'm proud of you.
Jettisonable tanks?
Yeah. Even though the tank's dry mass is not very much.
I don't like where this is actually landing. I gotta do some calculations on the fly. Are we below? We're above.
That's 18. That's supposed to be... okay, bro. So you have it at
I do have a negative
so that
18.
Let's
land
at target right there. Okay.
Land at target again. See if this thing can figure out how to do... It's gonna...
Recalculate. Okay, you might want to adjust on those tanks now, because you are burning fuel.
I am... no, I'm not, actually.
Oh, I guess not. You are indeed not.
I am... predicted landing site is negative 26. That's going to be very interesting. Let's go to...
it is not actually doing anything right now.
I know it isn't. Negative 28. What are you doing? Preparing for braking turn. Negative 28. 28 by 76. What the...
That's not even on... Okay, so it has to change, okay? It's right now, it's recalculating, and it's like, damn, where are you now? Yeah, just land at target, right?
It's preparing for braking turn now. It's not even Whoa, it's like not even landing anywhere close to where it should be. Do we have everything it should? Want to load?
No.
No.
Let's let it goof around for a little bit and then see if we can figure it out.
It's not figuring out.
And besides, we can do this ourselves if we wanted.
We're gonna do this ourselves.
Yeah, that's exactly what we should do.
Okay, so I need.
Yep, purple that way, and then nope, keep going with purple.
Nope.
Yep, and then bam, right over that.
Okay, but the problem is, what we need to do is slow down the warp and get this friggin' map off of my screen, and hide map, and then hide the friggin'
landing autopilot,
and then surface information. Some of these are important.
Yep.
I'm just gonna slide them off the screen so I can see. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, node. I've got a node. How long do you think? Fudge won't give me back my node. Nope, that's what I want to do. Okay, fine. Kill the node.
No, don't kill it. You have enough.
I killed the node.
Okay.
In 39 seconds, we have a node.
All right, it's too much. Delta V, top one, pull.
Yep. What the piss?
It does that. Okay, so what you want to do? Okay, put that one that way. Yep. Exactly.
What the leaping lulz?
Come on, Ben. Okay, now purple one down to the right.
I see it.
Okay, now Delta V backwards.
Yeah, just a little.
Bam. Okay, node.
Okay.
SAS. Node.
The SAS node. I had
11 seconds. We have 200
Oh, yeah.
Burn when you get there.
Burn
Goose.
before I get
Goose.
there. Goose.
Goose.
All the goose.
Goose, come on. Postage all the way up, bro.
Here we go. Bring it in. This is going to be a very, very tight fuel mission.
Eject tanks. Well, I don't know.
Tanks ejected.
Well, I don't even know.
Oh, they weren't empty.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Piss.
I meant for you to check for it. All right, doesn't matter. We'll probably still have enough Delta V.
I actually did that with ejected almost full tanks the last time I landed.
Did you? That was silly.
Yeah.
All right, so this will be fine. We're gonna land pretty close, and then we get to adjust. We have plenty of time. We've got about 10 minutes of goose around time.
Yep. We're going to be a little off target because of
we didn't burn directly in the
burning.
node.
Yep, and I don't know why it killed my fuel tank when I burned. And there we go. Oh, it's beautiful.
All right, get rid of node. Oh, look at that. Basically perfect. Get rid of that one. And now we're going to be landing right that. So we can just,
I'm actually going to just, I want to be pointing up on my,
That's pointing towards the north.
Yeah. What does this MLN do? What does it mean?
NML? I think it just means point toward the north.
So it's pointing towards the north. What I want to do is point vertical, basically the pink node on it. I think these are radius. These are, let me click this button and see what it does. I want it to point.
I think it's what we want. Rad plus, isn't that what we want?
Well, no. Rad plus is vertical, like to your. No. I want to steer this. I want to steer this guy. Watch. When this gets over to a steering gear, I want my smart ass back.
What's up?
Oh, it is steering gear. Okay.
We're gonna watch what happens.
Which way is it going? Wrong way. Let's go the other way. Engage. Oh, we don't have RCS. RCS is on the mothership itself, so we can steer. Actually, it would have been nice if we could jettison those RCS thrusters. They're probably not that heavy.
I'm just gonna landing.
I'm just gonna goose. This thing's actually pretty close to the edge, so I don't actually want to land right there. Okay, it is now.
You should get landing information up, and we'll see how close we are getting to the actual coordinates.
Oh, that's a good idea. Landing information. Autopilot. Land on target. This is 18 by negative. Okay, let's just land target. Actually, I'm gonna go. Oh, that's landing on target. I don't know if I want to do that, but I gotta. Fudge. I want the map. There we go.
You get a bigger screen, bro.
Yeah, except then it's negative 19. It is definitely a negative.
But
negative 14 by 130. Negative 14 by 130. 131.
138.
130. Oh boy.
Ben, is this
that
video
is friggin' piss?
Gotta be uploaded with all this black empty space?
No, I'm going to rip that off.
Okay, good.
I don't want to have a giant screen because then. Okay, I guess that's where it wants to land. It'd be nice if I get this. Oh, 100. Really? Oh, it always lands 30 to 30. I've noticed it always lands 30 kilometers east, which is why I put it as 100.
Scott Manley actually talked about this. How the landing information on the moon is incorrect, and it won't actually work. So try putting that to like a 70 instead of 100.
No, I want it to be about 139. So I'm gonna actually make this 10, so it'll be 140. Go. Recalculate, and it's probably preparing for braking turns. Probably not a great deal we can do at this point. However, the bad news is at 130 by 14, We're not on Kethane. So, we should not actually be using this.
Oh, okay, can we just like heck with that whole nonsense and just do it ourselves?
Yes, I'm just going to land it myself.
Okay, good.
Okay, except the bad news is we just used up a frickload of fuel.
No, we'll be good. We got do a vessel information.
Vessel information.
We got we can't land.
Can't even land right now. So reload.
I guess.
Okay, loading. Last quick save. Don't leave.
Hold on. Just gonna check out my space plane here.
Okay.
What's wrong with this for a second? I'm gonna redo it. Just go back to the space center and put a different kind of space plane up.
Okay, we'll just edit this section out.
Yeah.
The Spruce Goose. How's your space plane doing?
I changed out the regular engines, the liquid fuel engines, the LVT-30s for the aerospikes, and hopefully that won't destabilize my aircraft enough, making the center of mass off of the center of lift. And actually, I'm considering putting another set of air-breathing engines on this thing. Just so I can have that much more fuel and that much more boost power, I'm going to save it, and that's exactly what I'm going to try. All the fuel.
Yep. Whenever you make changes, just save it, and might as well. Okay, I'm now allowing MechJeb to automated land at target. However, in this time, I'm just allowing it, giving it broken coordinates, technically broken, to see if it can come up with a landing spot that is anywhere close to Kethane. The moon is actually kind of a pain in the ass to land on because it requires a little more delta V than Minimus. It's actually interesting because Minimus only takes about 60 or so meters per second to transfer than the moon.
You mean to get out to orbit? So from the moon's orbit to Minimus's orbit, it only takes 60 meters per second delta V?
Yeah. What the piss are you doing? Yeah.
I feel like they programmed MechJeb to just troll us.
This is not even, useful. It's 100 kilometers off on both axes. Reloading. I'm gonna just put it down manually. Fuck this all.
Yes, Ben. There. That's exactly what you do.
I want that bigger screen.
Damn, that moves my center of mass way far back.
What's up? So, I've just changed a couple of things, one of which being the size of my screen.
stupid. The thing about designing a space plane is that it has to look aesthetically pleasing at the same time it is functional. It's a pain in the ass.
Because actually, statistics, or chances are, if it doesn't look good, aesthetically pleasing, it probably won't fly.
Well, there are a couple of planes out there that look absolutely retarded. Although the Virgin ones all look pretty sweet. Oh, okay. So the Virgin Mobile there, the owner there is all about the space planes and building all sorts of rockets like that. He built a spacecraft that can get to low orbit and not actually out of the atmosphere, but very, very low orbit. But the way it gets back into orbit is it folds itself in half and deorbits like that. It doesn't deorbit like a space plane in Kerbal. It literally has moving parts that it just goes boop. Alright, space plane Mark II. Lift off. Ooh, we have way too much thrust. Need to balance this out more.
I'm going to put this in a 20 by 20 kilometer orbit and just let Mechjo land it that way and try that instead. I think that's what I did before, but I don't remember. Delete. But I'm hoping that doesn't use asinine amounts of fuel. Oh, I got plenty of fuel.
There we go.
Okay, apoapsis. 150 kilometers. 90. 16. 50. 3. Well, that's very interesting. Circularize. Orbital. Circularize. 29 meters per second. Circularizing. What?
Both my wings just flew off. Alright, well, we're gonna try it again.
Okay, Eli.
Yes.
Back over here.
I'll come in like 10 minutes.
Well, actually, hold on a second.
Like I was.
I'm now telling this thing to simply land a target.
Oh, yeah.
It missed it.
Now she's a girl. Now, I adjusted these outer engines to be up a tiny little bit from these because it was tilting backwards every time we moved, and so now the thrust was slightly below the center of mass.
Mm-hmm.
So I put those up a tiny little bit on the outside, and now it's sailing like a newborn baby pooping.
Wow.
Naturally. That's the analogy I was making.
Vessel information. I have 2 stages. I have, oh, cool, the stages are working again. This is going to be very, very tight. You don't even know.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, so what I've done is put it into a 20 by 20 kilometer circular orbit and then told Mechjo just to land. Only using the correct coordinates.
Ooh, is it doing it correct now?
I like it better. It's currently way the piss off, but it hasn't finished its corrections yet. Just gonna give it an audit here. It's if it thinks it's gonna do it at 30, which is positive 30. By 79. Might actually get the, yeah, look at that. It's going to get the wrong Kethane. It's literally going to hit the wrong Kethane deposit.
But it's gonna hit the right one.
No, the wrong one.
Yeah, but it's gonna still hit.
It's going to hit Kethane, but it's not even the right one.
As you wish.
Okay, fine. I wonder if it's trying to do that on purpose. It's not even close. This thing is friggin' junk. Blowing off tanks. Well, 600 meters per second delta V on the ship, 500 delta V, 500 meters per second in orbit. This is gonna be like gallons close.
It'll be fine. You got plenty. You just land on Minimus, bro. Minimus would be a billion times easier.
It would be a billion times easier.
Literally a billion. You could calculate it out for the delta V's, and it would be a billion.
I'm gonna just warp it right into the surface now. Remember how we did that last time? Remember how well it worked?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do it again.
That sounds so funny.
Oh look, it's like adjusting itself to land on the proper target.
But will it? But will it blend, Ben?
Okay, 18. 18. By Eli, this is gonna hit the friggin' like another deposit.
That's great.
It's actually awesome, but I don't. Oh, Eli, also look at this.
Yes.
Pew 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 pew.
It was the coolest thing when you had when you had the radial, not the radial,
Yeah, whatever those are called, and they all blew off.
radial ones.
Mm-hmm.
They radial decouplers.
Yeah, they were.
I thought the radial decouplers were the ones that actually.
3 minutes to landing. This will be interesting. It's got enough thrust. It's got enough everything except for ground speed. Boy, is this gonna just... Oh, you know what? My orbital speed is now 400 meters per second, and my delta V on the spaceship is about 600. So I like the numbers better now.
Alright, my space plane, as it were, is actually building up speed right now. We're almost at 600 meters per second at an altitude of 13,000 meters.
You need to add a lot more ram scoops on that.
Incorrect. I have got plenty. My air intake right now is 0.63. They cut out 0.8. Or 0.08. Actually, I have plenty right now. Why did it do-
Interesting.
Also, when you transfer to the liquid engines back here, the regular engines, the aerospecs, keep these ones on because your air intake will go up because your velocity will go up.
Oh.
I made that mistake the first time.
And you also use some of the extra fuel that you don't need. So it still thinks it's landing possibly on a Kethane deposit. And we're in our deorbit burn section. 1 minute and 44 seconds to touchdown roughly. It doesn't actually say. So have fun landing with one wing.
Easy. I have parachutes.
We should add his screen to this video. That would be awesome.
Bro, I've got parachutes.
You've got parachutes? Yeah, but you're gonna land on them.
Yeah, we're gonna land on the ocean.
But you're gonna land in the ocean, so that kind of just sucks.
Yeah, look at that.
Try warping. Oh, doesn't let me warp.
Look at this Kermit guy.
That's actually really cool.
Luke Kermit is like, shit piss. Shit piss, shit piss.
So it's actually wandering its way back onto the second Kethane deposit. Okay, the delta V in the spaceship is 440, and the orbital speed, surface speed, is 260 meters per second. So that's actually not terrible.
Ain't that great? Sweet cheeks. Ugh. Listen to that turbo.
Yeah. Landing in 4 seconds. What's that? Altitude. True altitude is 3. I'm going to kill this node because it's not actually true.
Are you actually going to be landing right now?
Yeah, it's actually landing.
Is it doing it correctly?
No.
Fuel. Dude, you get plenty of fuel.
It's not even landing anywhere close to where it should be, but...
Is it Kethane?
Because then you can moon hop.
I'm turning on... I'm currently over a Kethane deposit right now.
Woo!
I'm currently over just barely a Kethane deposit right now.
Just barely. Just barely. Oh.
If this stops detecting, I'm going to be really kind of upset.
There we go. Do an improved space plan. Just kidding, it's going off front of my
Eli, I'm testing out a new feature. MechJebs just land. Actually, if I go to the Translatron and I tell it to just kill... What the piss are you doing? Eli?
Yo.
It stopped detecting. No, it's still detecting.
Uh-oh.
It's...
Do you have enough fuel to do a moon hop?
I'm almost out of power, kind of. And Eli, come watch this.
Okay, I'm watching.
6 meters above the ground.
Yep.
There's the ground.
Oh, no, you landed. Mine that Kethane right now.
Okay. I don't actually have power.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, get out of the way.
Woo! Oh, I'll turn it off. Alright,
Sweet.
fast forward that nonsense
Okay.
so you can have some. So you can
I'm
have some
saving.
solar.
So, touchdown.
Excellent.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward, warping ahead to... Also turning off all of the MechJeb junk. And the Kethane junk. Warping ahead. Which direction is this? So, oh, there's here. Eli, you want to come see sunrise?
Dude, this plane, I think I'm going to have to do a complete redesign.
Eli, come see sunrise.
Sunrise. Do you think we'll see Kerbal rise first? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Alright, solar panels.
Solar panels extending.
Check it.
Solar panels extending.
Extending.
Drills coming out. Start converting oxidizer and fuel. Hit resources. Look at how much fuel I landed with. And converting. Gonna speed up time just a little bit. Actually, a lot of it. As you can see, I am generating Kethane and mining at the same time. It's actually a fairly decent design for a probe.
Yeah, that's.
And then we
like,
can go
perfect.
moon hopping. But for now, that will probably be consisting of a separate episode. So, this has been an Eli signing off since we did not kill any Kerbals today.